Please stay home with me. Please. I wish I didn't have to send this back. I need to find a way to get one of these in my life. I really do. What's going on, everybody? The Real Sharif M here, aka Manganese Steel, your favorite knife designer, and we are on the road to 1,500 subscribers. So first of all, let me say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts on this particular video down in the comments below. Enough with the usual YouTube BS. Let me get into it. Today we have a fun one. Oh, we got a nice one, a sweet one. This particular knife comes through from one of the goats of the knife community, Mr. Clair, C-L-E-R, by the way, aka the gangster of premium knives, aka the maddest lad in the land. Man, first of all, Mr. Clair, again, as always, a huge personal thank you to you for sharing with me your incredible collection. For those of you guys who don't know, he sent me, and you can check, there's a video, a couple of videos back where I did a very rare unboxing, where he sent me several high-end knives, and this is going to be a review of the first of the collection. This particular review is going to be of one of my favorite in the group, personally. Actually, I kind of like all of them, I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Clair. However, this one speaks to me on a personal level. And which one am I talking about? I'm talking about the Spartan Harsey folder. And this unique one is the Plague Doctor edition. I mean, not only do you have the sick anno job, the nice contrast with the hardware, right? But you have the biohazard etched into the pivot there. You have the Plague Doctor, and just the contrasting anno in it, and it's just, oof, so nice. On the back side, you have some little spores here, or whatever you call them in scientific terms, again, with the contrasting anno, another hazmat symbol in the pivot, and just beautiful work, man. I love this thing. I love this thing. And the story behind it is absolutely great. This was picked up during COVID for obvious reasons. And it says on here, if you couldn't read it from the video, it says, "Do not fear, my dear," which I just think is sick. Absolutely sick. This is a beast of a tactical knife design. And this is a true tactical knife by a true tactical knife designer, Mr. Bill Harsey himself. It's what he's known for. And this is a sick one. I mean, really, this is my wheelhouse, by the way. I am a big tactical knife fan, always have been. I kind of feel like I'm alone in the wilderness with appreciating these things a lot of times, because the world is so concerned, or the knife world, I should say, is so concerned with the EDC, but I love me a big tactical knife. Now, let's compare it to a couple of big tactical knives that I have. So here we have the Emerson CQC 15 right here, and they are about the same size overall. And the CQC 15 is not known as a small knife by any means. Now, the only other knife that I have that is a big tactical knife that could compare to this guy in overall size is my Trizola CKF collaboration Eagle Rock. And as you can see, I got to pull away from the screen to get this guy, you know, in frame right here. But the only thing that's a little bit bigger is this Trizola, and I think this is 4¼ or maybe 4½ inches overall. This is a big boy of a knife. But that is not to take away from the beefiness, which is this Spartan Harsey folder. And you can see that. I mean, it is just two nice thick chunks of titanium with no internal milling, surrounding a nice thick chunk of S45 VN blade steel right here. And this thing is just beautifully done. One of the unique things about Spartan knives is how they handle their pivot and their washer system. All of it is running on phosphor bronze, which is really, really dope. It gives this thing just a nice hydraulic action. Now, you're not going to get drop shuttiness. You know, that's not what washers do, right? And I'm in it. I love a washer knife. It's probably my favorite. I like being able to have a nice, deliberate hydraulic slow close. It's one of the reasons why I love the ZT0640, you know, and this feels the same. I mean, this thing is just really nice. Ergonomically, this is how it fits in my double extra large hands. This does feel like it was actually made for my hands, which is pretty incredible and very rare in my experience. I mean, I get my fingers into those finger choils right here, and this thing just kind of sinks in. The only part which may be a little is just this little transition right here. As you can see, it kind of digs into the meat of this section here of my hand. In truth, you know, of handling this knife and cutting some stuff with this knife, it's not something I notice. Speaking of things that you don't readily notice, for me and my hands, is this pocket clip. I mean, I know it's there, but it's not creating any hot spots. And this is pretty typical of large American tactical knives. They will use these bent pocket clips. I'm just really happy that it's fairly low pro, and, you know, I get it in hand, and if I have, you know, the right grip, I'm not feeling it. I'm not even aware of its existence, especially when I'm using it. And so that makes this just a need to get, a need to buy for me, or something like this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it, because now I don't want the plain Jane. I want one with some sick milling like this. I think this just takes it up to that next level. They have a nice plunge grind on this guy, and some people may be, you know, complaining about the fact that there isn't a sharpening choil right there, but that doesn't bother me at all, because as this thing sharpens over time, it will generate a nice recurve, which, I mean, recurve on a big tactical knife, kind of my jam, guys. By the way, you can always tell a good, true tactical knife. They tend to have these little nubs sticking out. I love it. I love it. People thought on the Ruckus that was a front flipper, but you can see when you do tactical knife design properly, you get these little nubbins sticking out. Now, I do have one and one only complaint about this knife. If you look here, even with some adjustment, I couldn't get it dead nuts centered. I got it pretty damn centered. It was a little bit more off than this for me when I received it, but it's just one of those things. It may appear centered to you guys, but I can tell you it's favoring the lock side by about 0.5 millimeter. And here's the thing. For me, In practice, I don't really care about stuff like that, but given the cost of this knife and the fact that their kind of claim to fame is machining and high precision machining, I wouldn't want that. You know, or not that I wouldn't want that, I would expect it to be dead to nuts. This isn't much, really. Like most people would say, oh, Sharif, you're nitpicking this. But if I'm dropping 450 to 650 on a knife, I feel it's my right to expect that the small details are kind of dialed in perfectly. But overall, the TLDR of it, dudes, is this thing is sick. So awesome. I want one. Please stay home with me. Please. I wish I didn't have to send this back. I'm a big tactical knife fan. I'm a big knife fan. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the Plague Doctor by, Spartan Knives and Bill Harsey. This thing is beyond sick, and I love it. I love it. I need to find a way to get one of these in my life. I really do. Thanks again, everybody. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace!